You had this next quarterback at 39 on your list last year.
Right.
He has moved up into the top 25. Your number 25 quarterback is
Kenny Pickett from the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Kenny Pickett, man, it's a perfect example of him and Brock Purdy, right? Like, this is where I want to be like, hey, people, do you really think like Kenny Pickett couldn't have gone to San Francisco and done some of that stuff there? Come on now, come on. The situation, all that, and that's why I'm here to decipher this for you. Kenny Pickett's arm is better than Brock Purdy's. Kenny Pickett's release is better than Brock Purdy's. Kenny Pickett, the athlete, is better than Brock Purdy. He's also bigger than Brock Purdy, right? And I would say from pure drop-back passing offense, I think it's disputable. I might edge Kenny Pickett as far as reading the field and going through progressions quickly and going in that way. Pickett's pretty damn good. Pickett's ability to throw the ball into tight little short windows is phenomenal. Hey, all you got to do is, what do they think of him? They let him throw it 35 and 40 times a game, during the season. They trusted him. They couldn't run the ball. So they were like, hey, we'll let him make quick decisions, get the ball out of his hands, and we'll kind of play that way. It's usually entrusted into a veteran type of quarterback. But those are signals that are telling me that they think this of him. And that's where I don't think Kenny Pickett quite gets the, maybe the credit he deserves there. His arm, it's not superstar arm, but it's damn good. It's better than like what I said with Brock Purdy. He can make all the throws. He definitely can. Now, does he need to improve on some of those power throws? Definitely. Does he need to be a little bit more aggressive with his mentality on some of the aggressive down the field power throws type of plays? Yes. There was a ton made of, like, when Mitch Trubisky is in there, that there was plays being left down the field. And Kenny Pickett got in and they threw the ball shorter. But nobody called Kenny Pickett out. That kind of bothered me last year.
Yeah.
It did. It's like, wait, Trubisky doesn't throw it enough. Bench him. And we bring somebody else in, he throws it shorter, and nobody says anything. Yeah. And that to me is like, BS. But either way, he did a very good job for the situation he was thrown into.
I think it is interesting comparing the numbers for Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky last year. Of course, Kenny Pickett had more games and more opportunities, but the pass yards per attempt was lower for Kenny Pickett than Mitch Trubisky. And I do think it was a little bit of a letdown for the Steelers fans because they were hoping for this big jump in the offense. And then I think the blame started to go to the offensive play caller. And what was it, Canada there?
Yeah.
So it's like I do think that Steeler fans did feel a little underwhelmed by what they saw first year from Kenny Pickett.
I'm still up in the air, as you could tell, and that's why I got him here at number 25. There's some things I like certainly, but I'm not blown away by it's shitty how the perception or whatever the world we're in kind of dictates this conversation something. Like Brock Purdy, we never expect him to be here. So I say all these glowing things about him, right? Kenny Pickett's a first-round pick, and he's here, and we're kind of like, it could have been better, right? Yeah. And it's kind of messed up that way, all right?
Yeah, life is all about expectations.
Expectations are big, right?
It's
a
all
big
about
part
what are you
of
expecting, and then is it better or worse than that?
Yeah. And those are things that I need to see more. I do. And in all those categories I talked about, let alone, hey, being able to take some punishment and all that, that's something that I worry about as well. He's got to get a little thicker and a little more muscle on his frame altogether. He did have the concussion issues this year, so that's an issue. But as far as playing the position and playing within the pocket, seeing the field, make the right decisions, make the appropriate throws, like, man, he's really good in that department. Now it's like we got to start making plays and making a few plays to get the team over the hump in some close football games.
He led some game-winning drives against the Raiders, Ravens in back-to-back games. Didn't have much of a running game,
Nope.
so if they can improve that part of the game, maybe it's better for Kenny Pickett. You've been critical of that offensive system there with Matt Canada in the past.
Definitely.
So some things working against him last year.
Right.
But he was replacing a legend in Ben Roethlisberger. I think we have the numbers from Big Ben in his last year and the numbers for Kenny Pickett. The percentage of passes past the first down line, I mean, that was the Big Ben's big thing last year. It was like 34% of the time. It's just like, just dump off. I mean, Pickett was a little bit better, but not much better. And so who was probably happy that he didn't light the world on fire? Actually, I know he was happy that he didn't light the world on fire. It was Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, gosh.
Because he said, did you see this on his podcast? He goes, I probably shouldn't say this, but who cares at this point? He goes, I wouldn't say that I wanted Kenny to necessarily fail, but like when someone comes to replace you and you still feel like I had it, I hope he doesn't come and ball out, because then it's like, Ben who? So that's what Big Ben said on the podcast. And let me just be the first to say, I honestly give him some credit for saying that.
Yeah,
because
I
think that's a very natural thing to feel.
It is a natural thing to feel. I want to go, you don't need to worry. You're a legend. You're going into the Hall of Fame, right?
But
First
it just shows
ballot.
you that you're right.
Even
if a guy like him
it.
is thinking that, like if you're thinking that at home about anything, like someone comes in, your job and you're working in an office somewhere, and it's just like you're an accountant, and then be like, hey, did you see, Phil over there?
I'm happy he got the opportunity, but I just hope he doesn't do as good as I do. Right?
Phil's amazing. He does this stuff a lot faster than you did it. It's just like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, it is. I do give him credit for saying it. It is. He's at least he is being honest. What I would just want to say is just like, hey, man, you're cemented in stone. You're the man. Don't worry. Like it's you don't have anybody that's doubting you. You were the man for a long time. But yeah, it's his first year out. It's infringing on his territory, and I get that. I mean, gosh, I just think about my dad when his career ended with the Giants, and Dave Brown and Ken Grant. I definitely didn't want them. I'm sure my dad had the same feelings too. He didn't want them to come in and like hit the ground running and go to the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Nobody wants to see that. So, we'll give him. I'm with you. I'll give him some credit for saying it out loud.
You know why? Because I guarantee, and I've actually heard some athletes say this, that when you're on a team and say you're entrenched with being the starter, right, and then you're kind of struggling, and then you're benched, right? I know the thing to say is like, yes, I'm rooting for the team to win, and you are rooting for the team to win. But man, oh man, do you really want to see your backup go out there and crush it while you're on the bench? I mean, it's a tough situation. It's your livelihood for these guys.
Exactly right.
And Ben's not playing anymore, but I'm just saying, even for people on the team, it's a tough situation.
It is. It is a very tough situation. It's not easy to deal. And yeah, you have to fight against the urges of being a hater a little bit and take the bigger picture into like, okay, wait, no, this is my team. I still got a lot of people I care for in this team, and I want to see positive things happen. And I'll get, my crack once again, but that's the frustrating thing about football, and it can be tough on your psyche. Yo, thanks for watching, homies. It's the off season, but there's no off season for us here at Unbuttoned. Me, Ahmed Fareed, we're going to hit all the stories. So hit subscribe for us, okay? We got a ton coming up. My draft prospect rankings, my Simms top 40 quarterback countdown, and videos of me and NFL QBs playing catch and talking about their development and mechanics. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. See you soon.